Alright, another day, another podcast. What do y'all want to talk about today?
First off, let's go ahead and welcome Miss 24-Hour Stream, Krystalogy.
We don't got to do that.
We can do that, man. Let's go ahead and
Dang,
welcome her to the pod. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, Krista. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm happy to be here, you know?
I can tell by the enthusiasm in your voice.
Yes. You know what we can talk about today, guys?
What?
Huh?
Forager.
We do that near the end, bud.
Okay. Sorry, you know, I'm new here.
You good, man?
You good.
Never,
next time, not playing.
I'm never bringing Krista back.
We gonna kick
podcast.
your ass.
How many times you have to tell you, old man? Nigga really beat the shit out of that.
Beat up an old man, dog. That's sick.
Who beat up an old man?
How many times gonna teach you, old man? I love the young people.
That nigga really
Comes
did
with the
not
territory.
Damn, what if he didn't really love the young people?
Damn.
Y'all ain't think about
Maybe
that.
he knew he was gonna get his ass beat, but like he wanted to make it less. of an
Old
ass
white men definitely love the young people, though.
I can confirm they be in my DMs.
Alright.
And I be like, if you don't leave.
So does
But
R.
everyone be
Kelly.
in
R.
your
Kelly
DMs, though.
loves the young people, too.
Oh, yo, chill out.
Yeah, we gonna get into Krista's DMs later.
DM talk.
Just
Oh
like
my God.
everybody
I
will
just
after
cleared
this
them out,
podcast.
though.
Aha!
I just cleared them out.
Wow.
I think I did.
New message each day.
That's how your DMs be popping.
Listen.
So poppy, you don't even know if you cleared them out.
Someone asked me for feet pictures, so I definitely cleared out my.
I mean,
it was
Did you
time.
send them?
And you
Pay for
didn't
them?
even and you didn't drop them shits. You should have dropped them and got your $600, queen.
Man,
I
if
thought
was
you
a
I thought you
woman
got the
out
bag
here,
and
dog,
tumble
in
it.
these
You get the
streets,
bag
bro,
and flip it and fumble it. However the lyrics
I
go,
would
that
never
too
fumble a
up.
bag as a woman. What you mean?
It's too many bags for women to fumble out here. Feet pics. You don't even got to put your face in it. All you got to do is wiggle them toes on a live picture on the iPhone. Baby, I be paid. You trying to get the TwitchCon, right?
I'm already getting there though.
Man, I would have had an Airbnb in the hills selling feet pics, boy. You got me all the way
you
fucked
said
up.
you'd have been with Kanye
Off in
and
the
Drake.
main.
Damn, I'm missing
Candy
out.
yams.
Would you guys honestly though, would if you were a girl and you could capitalize on like that, like your toes, or
If I could do that right now,
would you do it? Would you
Let me be
honestly,
very-
or
let
are
me
you
be
just
very
saying
clear.
it?
I'm
Let me be
quitting
very clear.
Burlington right now.
I'll take a picture of my foot right now and send it to somebody for $600 without question.
I'm quitting
There's
Burlington.
no hold on a second. I probably got a feet pic saved right now just in case.
I will be an IG
like-
model for life.
Unlike some of these guys out here, my feet don't look that nasty. So like,
Speak for yourself, I guess.
Then you have nasty feet.
Damn.
Dude,
said
you
that.
exposed yourself, big dog.
I never said. I said speak for yourself about your feet, bro. I don't care about what your feet looking like.
You see,
bro.
I just couldn't. You
Fam,
know,
if somebody said send me the feet pics, I need the deposit in my Cash app, and then you gonna get all the feet pics you ever wanted, dog. I'm not even gonna play you and use a stock foot image, bro. I'm sending you the toes.
So you're saying
what if
Daquan-
someone asked you
Daquan
to
asked-
cut off your like right big toe? Would you do that?
No, I'm not cutting anything off of me. I'm talking about pictures. You went.
I'll cut
I
that
know,
shit
but
off.
like, I'm trying to see how far you go.
Not
Okay,
that
what
far.
about a strand of hair? What if they wanted some underwear worn like 3 days?
I
They're
said
gonna have to deal. They're gonna have to deal with the skid marks, not me.
Uh.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll
That
send
ain't
it.
my problem.
Did
That
you know
ain't
you
my problem.
actually? I don't think you can send underwear, like dirty
You
underwear,
most
to the mail.
definitely can if you.
No, I thought it was
vacuum
like
seal 'em.
I thought.
Huh.
Oh, you see, I thought it was like a hazard type shit thing, so you
Nah,
can't do
I'm
it.
just-
If you
Listen,
seal it
listen.
properly,
You can send almost anything through the mail.
If you vacuum seal it,
Yeah.
cause nobody want to handle a fucking flat rate box that smell like shit.
first of all, can I talk about how at the store I'm working at, the return policy is so wild.
FIFA-rama?
The return policy is so wild that like people be turning back in used socks. Be like,
Ew.
yeah, and they get their money back.
Do you,
Do they
did you-
wash
Did you
it
say
at
used
least?
socks?
Like, is it clean, or they come in the fucking soles
definitely-
being dirty and
Listen,
shit?
listen, you know when you take off your socks and you don't unlike scringed him. Yeah, that's how he turned it in.
No.
No, the better question is,
sicko mode.
do they put it back for sale, or do they like take it?
Oh
off?
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
brother.
know.
Yo, the dark side. Hold
These
on.
guys stink.
Did you guys see? Okay, I don't know if you guys watched Shane Dawson, but did you see like what happened with the whole Chuck E. Cheese little scandal? I don't think it was real.
Was there another
but...
cat there?
Five Nights at Freddy's?
No. They were saying that like what Chuck E. Cheese did was take the leftover pizzas that people would leave over, and then like sort of like glue them back together and put them out for people to
I
eat.
know you ain't just say they
that.
gluing pizza. You ain't just say that to me.
No, yeah,
I've
like
heard
with
it.
cheese, you know, they'll like put it together, put cheese over it, so it looks like a new pizza, and it's like all together, but all the
That's some
sizes
sick
are
shit.
wrong and stuff.
Krista, that's sick, man.
I mean, I'm not saying it's proven.
I'm trying to get
just
sponsored
saying.
by Chuck E. Cheese, so I'm gonna deny those rumors.
I'm trying to get this Epic Games check. You talking about
It's a big check, you know what I mean?
You talking about
yeah.
some other shit. I'm trying to get this
Imagine
Epic
though,
Games check.
like some other person's 3-year-old
I don't
child
wanna-
slobber
I don't want to think about that.
Chuck
I
E.
don't,
Cheese.
I don't eat at Chuck E. Cheese.
You don't eat at Chuck E. Cheese? Have you ever been
I
to
ate at Chuck E. Cheese last year before
Anytime.
I changed my life, and actually that pizza was heat, man.
The pizza is heat. It's
Pizza's
kind of
heat.
good.
Did it age
It's
right?
kind of. I don't know. I haven't been back to Chuck E. Cheese in a long
It
time.
aged like fine wine, didn't it, Gabby?
Oh yikes!
Why do you do stuff like that, man? Like,
I don't know,
have you no
man.
scruples? Have you no scruples?
I have a
He
lot.
lost all his scruples.
I ain't never seen young one with a single scruple.
What the fuck is a scruple?
You have a whole computer that you didn't pay for in front of you. I need you to leave.
I
the
paid
Googles.
for this. Listen, I worked at my internship and afforded this. Okay, thank you very much,
Okay. talk
Gabby.
By working at her internship,
Oh.
she means
Cash App, cash.me/Krystalogy.
my
You know what I'm saying? That's her
God.
internship.
Lord.
PayPal.com/Krystalogy.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
Streamlabs.com/Krystalogy.
Keep giving me that shout out. Everybody, you already know.
Twitch.tv/Krystalogy. Scroll down to the panels. There's a donation panel too.
Chris, are you gonna
Oh
ever
my
make
God.
a Patreon?
No.
She already got one.
Krista,
What
if
she
you
want.
get
I don't
Patreon,
have
don't talk to me no
I
more,
don't
dog.
have a Patreon.
Listen, every woman has a Patreon.
I
they
don't
know
have
it
a
or not.
Patreon.
Krista, you have a Patreon.
Listen, suck my
and,
left nut. I ain't got no.
She ain't got no Patreon, man.
And she also doesn't have a left.
I'm
nut,
too
so-
lazy.
I hear
I
you,
keep-
man, because Patreon look like a lot of work.
It's a lot. I can barely keep up with what I'm doing already.
Speaking of what you're doing right now, how's the streams going? You know what I'm saying?
You know.
How's how do you feel about, having such a large and ever expanding community?
It's really nice actually. It makes me want to cry sometimes when I think about it because I get all in my feelings. But like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy because I don't know. I still don't think I'm really moving anywhere, but at the same time I am. I don't know. It's a lot of like self-doubt in this process,
Listen,
which is like the reality of like a lot of people.
I've been
obviously.
watching your streams lately, and I've been seeing like 100 people in there. So it's not going anywhere. I beg to differ.
I know, that's what's crazy. I'm just like, oh my god, and I'm kind of like overwhelmed because I don't know what's happening. I don't know why people like me, so I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, don't you have somewhere better to be? Are you sure you want to be here? Are you positive that this is the entertainment you want to see?
How is it? I know. Well, since Trigger brought up your numbers, as somebody who has a pretty large audience, how do you manage like your community? Like, do you have issues with trolls? I know I can only assume that being a woman on Twitch, you just automatically invite trolls for just breathing.
Black woman.
You wanna
I'm
talk
all
about
of
that?
it.
You want
I'm
to talk
all
about
of
that?
it. Yeah. What's it called? Well, it doesn't bother me. It's kind of just like, okay, you guys just dumb people who have nothing better to do with their lives, so they think they're cute and try to do some dumb shit. I kind of just ban them. I don't give people the time of day. I don't have time to like worry about it. I have other people in chat I like to focus on. My community there who supports me. So if I see it, I'm quick with my trigger finger. Like my mods, like, wow, how the fuck you gonna let us mod if you be banning people by yourself? I'm like, listen, I see it and it's gone.
See, this is why you gotta be like.
And I'm
me.
always looking at my chat.
You gotta
Always.
have no viewers, so you don't gotta deal with it.
Yes, that's a great idea. I'm gonna
Just have 0 viewers.
So I know for me and probably Young and Trigger, who are all like super part-time streamers, um stream preparation is not something we really overly concern ourselves with. Speaking, I think, am I right there, you two?
Yeah, you're right.
No.
Not really worried about it. I mean, the most preparation I do is make sure I have a clean shirt on and pull up my green screen and make sure my lights are on. Can you speak to what you personally have to do to prepare for your streams to put on the quality content that you put on such a regular basis?
Well, some days are different than others. Like some days I'm like good to go on like energy and I feel like super happy and great and just in a great mood. You know, my makeup looking bomb, so I feel in myself. And then there's some days where I feel like shit, so I just pop a Red Bull open and I'm good to go. Like honestly, energy drinks helps liven me up when I'm feeling real dead.
No, drink more water.
Real dead. No, I drink water on stream.
Nah, that's all you need is water. Stop drinking.
I know to stay
energy
hydrated
drinks.
by being there.
I mean, yeah, the most I do is just, you know, make sure my makeup good, outfits good. Cause when I feel good, you know, then I stream good. Cause if I look shitty and I feel shitty, it's just not gonna go well. I'm gonna be in a mood. I'm gonna be cranky. I'm not gonna want to deal with. My stream be roasting me a lot.
How do you feel about the environment, like hygiene, like the room setup?
Oh my gosh, I have to have my room clean or like, I mean, okay, not all the time. Sometimes my room is a bit dirty, but I try to at least keep my desk area clean, so that when I'm streaming, like I don't feel like that stress of like my room being dirty. And like I said, if you feel good, you know things are good.
Krista had her whole PC set up on her bed and left it there overnight, bruh.
Fam, that was crazy for the Just Dance stream, right?
Yeah, because my area that I'm currently streaming in is like super small and like there's just no room to like do any of that. So I sort of like dragged my PC. Well, I didn't move my PC.
What?
That's not drug. No. I moved my like monitor
Cardi
to
K,
the
that's
side.
crazy.
Cardi K.
Oh my god.
Kobe, KD, Krista, pick a K.
Oh my god.
a K.
But the most streams I get planned out are
Bill
like my
Cosby
event
with the
stream.
K, hold on.
If I do anything like special, like my charity one.
You have a charity stream coming up. Who's the benefiting
out?
charity?
St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Wait, when is the
Nice.
when is the stream?
Yeah, promote
Friday.
that. Promote that.
It's a
probably-
little soon.
It's gonna be out at the same time as this podcast, so
Well, go
Yeah.
ahead and check that out. On that day. On that day.
it's gonna be the same day.
Shut up.
But yeah, this week has been super busy. Like ridiculously busy. Like so busy. Way too busy. I'm just waiting for next week where it's not busy. Well, I'm still gonna be busy because I'm gonna be out of town next week.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so that means I'm not gonna be streaming for a week. And like when you don't stream for a week, I feel like I'm missing out on so much. And not only do I feel like I'm missing out on so much, I feel like I'm gone for a year. And when I come back, because I was gone this weekend and I felt like I was gone for a year. Y'all ever feel that way when you don't stream?
When I was streaming consistently all through, I want to say it was like 2017 or something like that. I don't remember what year it was. When I was streaming consistently, I took a 2-day break and I thought I didn't stream for 2 weeks. And then when I found out,
right?
yeah, early let me think, early 2018 when we found out Shot was pregnant. And I said, all right, I'm just gonna take a break from streaming. When I finally came back when Josiah was 3 months old, I really felt like if it was like 10 months, but I felt like I didn't stream for like, actually, it was 11 months, and that felt like 10 years.
Yeah, it's so like I'm not really looking forward to leaving. I mean, I have to go because I'm trying to make my money. I'm not trying to be a college student. Streaming can only do so much, and you know I'm still trying to be on my grind. Streaming ain't forever. And like yeah, I'm gonna be gone. And it makes me kind of sad. I don't want to leave, but I also have to leave at the same time. It kind of sucks when you're like balancing both, you know?
I hear you.
That's why I can't, like, honestly, like, the way my semester has been going, like, I have no time to, like, even, you know, have that as an option.
Yeah. It's a lot, especially like, consistently. Lord, because you gotta have energy for that. It's the energy that really be getting me sometimes. So sometimes you just don't feel like it. Know what I mean?
That shit don't sound fun.
So you just don't do it.
On my opinion. Well, I don't stream that often. I don't. I only stream. I'm not gonna promote myself. I only stream 2 days a week, so I'm cool with that. I'm happy with that. I'm fine. And people who want to see me come by and see me. And if not, I'm just hanging out with my friends, and the stream just happens.
And that's pretty much gonna be me during this summer, pretty much.
No, you gonna be busy with your harem, smashing all the hoes and everything.
Wow.
Listen, I have no harem.
He gonna be streaming on my free cams.
Whoa!
All right, that's gonna be it. Episode 5. We're done. I'm done.
I'm not
We're done. I'm done. All done.
I'm not showing you the pussy, none of that.
Hey, whoa, big man.
I'm not showing you. You're not getting any of that.
But why did you go straight to that though? What you be
doing,
doing, dog? That we don't know
I'm not
about.
showing you the meat show.
That's crazy.
I'm not showing you the meat show.
You and Super about to collab? Alright, I'm done now.
Out this way.
Out this way.
You can get out of this way.
Oh my god. That's big nasty.
So guys, what's the everybody's here. Has everybody here ever worked a full-time job before?
Nope.
Full-time?
I was in the United States Navy from 2009 to 2013.
part-time.
Okay, so only me and Gabby has done the full-time jobs. All right, bet. How would you feel if you had to work 100 hours a week?
LOL, fuck that shit. What?
Shout out to the employees at Epic Games, because that's what some of them are doing.
Yo, that's what?
Bro, that means they only had, if they working 100 hours a week, that means they only had 68 hours to hang out with their family. 68 hours is literally 2.8 days.
That's nothing because you need to sleep.
That's sick.
Yeah, you need to sleep, you need to eat, you need to cry
sick,
for being there that long.
So there's
what the hell?
All
How
that
is
shit,
there no regulations?
all that shit just for them to spill
We can't
the.
talk about this because this is how we get our epic check.
This is a
Nah,
This is
fuck
a
that.
Polygon
That's
report. They reported this that what is it? In a dozen interviews conducted by Polygon over a period of several months, current and former employees say they regularly worked in excess of 70 hours a week, with some reporting 100-hour weeks. Contract staff in Epic's quality assurance and customer service department spoke of a stressful and hostile working environment in which working overtime, while officially voluntary, was an expected service to the company. So basically, you weren't forced to work that many hours, but basically there was like
you kind of were.
Yeah, basically. There was okay, so what is it? There was a part in here where a couple of people refused to work weekends, and one of the things that they were working on didn't come out in time, so basically they got fired for it.
And this is why I don't rock with Epic.
This has been going on.
Y'all still playing Fortnite in 2019. That's crazy.
Krista, don't no.
What do you mean? I haven't touched that game.
There's been a lot of AAA companies that have been going by this crunch method of
that's
developing.
what happened to Telltale.
And that's what Telltale, that happened with BioWare for like 3 of their games already now.
I know Anthem wasn't one of them.
No, they definitely crunch, dog.
You know, Anthem wasn't even supposed to be named Anthem.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be named Unnamed Game.
No, it was supposed to be named something else. I totally forgot. But basically, what happened was they had to scrap it because they were like rushing on the product.
Yeah. So a lot of AAA devs a lot of AAA companies have been making their devs crunch a lot in such a short span to meet deadlines, and it's been an eye-opener to basically what is going on with AAA development and why games are coming out with less and less features each time, because they're giving these developers such short windows to really come up with any like solutions to problems that might happen within the game and developing the game in general, to where which is why we get
what you're talking about there is not BioWare is not included in that conversation. What you're talking about right there?
no.
They dragged their ass. They dragged their ass on the development of their games.
But BioWare has done this three times now, where they're literally making their devs crunch. And for Epic Games, this happened because how Fortnite became such an overnight success that they literally had their dev teams pumping out content to keep it consistent for like, what is it, the past year and a half? I don't know, but
aren't they still like in beta or like alpha or some shit? They still ain't got their shit together.
They're still in beta, yeah.
Who's in beta?
Fortnite, I'm pretty sure, has not had an official release yet.
It was supposed to have been released like a minute ago too.
Yeah. I don't want this to turn into like
they scrapped
we hate
Save
Fortnite.
the World. It's not a we hate Fortnite. It's
we hate the culture of game developers.
Yeah,
like,
we got to shit on Rockstar then.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, we got to shit on every dev company, bro.
Any company that's doing some fuck
That's
shit.
crazy.
Or basically every AAA company that
This
is
is
making
why I don't
their devs
torrent
do that.
games.
Yeah. I don't pirate. I wait for sales, but I don't pirate, dog. I'd rather wait for a sale
Not
than do
games.
that shit to somebody.
Other things, but games.
I don't think that's a reason for a lot of people that they're pirating games. I don't think it's a slight.
What do you think is the reason for pirating a game
I
after you find out?
I'm saying I don't think they're doing it purposely to. I mean, except for probably Borderlands 3, they would probably purposely do that to spite. What is it?
No, I don't think
2K
people
or whatever.
purposely You see, I see the desire in it. I'm a broke bitch too. But what I'm saying is the reason why I choose not to go down that path, even though I really want to, is because I know like the hard work that all the developers go through. And I mean, to each their own. I'm not shaming nobody. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But like
what is
me,
this
I want
mentality
to
with
support.
with every form of content, though.
I don't ride Uber. I take lifts.
Damn.
I stopped buying Papa John's. I bought Domino's. I keep the same energy.
I don't even call Papa John's Papa John's. I call it racist pizza at my house.
Yeah, but do you skip ads?
Oh yeah,
on
definitely.
YouTube?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I skip ads, but I don't use ad block. And I only watch YouTube on my Fire Stick, so I'm not ad blocking. Matter of fact, sometimes I'll just play on Reddit until the ad is over, unless it's like one of those crazy ass hour-long ads.
I do have ad block, but they're not really, they got sponsorships. They fine.
And to be honest with you, ad block is like, once companies start figuring out people are using ad block like that, they found.
Matter of fact, on Opera, if you have ad block on YouTube, you can't go forward with the video sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it's happened to me.
I remember Twitch embedded like ads into like the player somehow where you couldn't skip it.
Yeah. And the thing I hate about that one is like, you have to watch it, or else it's like you can't go on a different tab and like have it play in the background. So like, it's an annoyance.
What sucks is that they play ads on affiliate pages that don't receive that ad revenue.
Facts.
That's kind of.
Which I understand.
But I get it. Twitch is a
point,
business.
like,
they're gonna do what they gotta do. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Yeah, they gotta keep the site up and stuff like that. Get your coin, king. But not fucking.
I guess.
But anyways, back to the. But anyway,
that 100-hour shit is wild though.
But I want to just say, bruh, even if you do quote unquote support the game, the dev team is not usually seeing a lot of that money, bro. A lot of that money goes to CEOs and stuff like that. So at the same time, I understand, but it's like I understand the mentality of I'm gonna pay for this because I want to support the dev team, but you're not supporting the dev team at the end of the day. It's going into the CEO pockets, bro. Because CEOs, like EA CEO, is getting paid out here.
Yo,
bro.
I fucking hate EA.
Like I'm not happy with Gearbox and 2K's decision to go Epic exclusive, but I'm not gonna pirate Borderlands 3. I'm just gonna wait for a Steam sale because
I'm not saying pirate because
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I still want to give them that money because I like Borderlands, but Once a game does something I don't like, unless Sha wants it, I'm not buying it at full price. It has to be at least 75% off before I touch it.
I'm just waiting for Steam.
Because I already know Borderlands 3 and all its DLC probably be like $15 by the time 2020 like Christmas 2020 rolls around. I'd be fine. I can wait. Because I just started playing Borderlands 2 like this year.
I got a question for y'all.
All right.
What is the deal with these companies thinking that they can't, like, instead of taking their time and making a game as perfect as they can, they just want to just rush it?
Stocks, bruh.
It's because of deadlines and like partners and stuff.
But
yeah.
Publishers and money, bro.
The thing is, it's like,
that's why I love like indie games or
that's where I'm at right now.
Where is that? Like Forager is so good. It's an indie game and like so freaking good.
We'll talk about that at the end of the pod.
Yes.
My thing with indie games is not all of them really,
I mean, I wait for reviews.
Scratch that. Not every indie game scratches my itch. A lot of them don't.
Yeah, I agree. Like you can't get like a GTA type indie game. I guess it's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen at all.
But there's some that's pretty good. I think where indie games strive are like simulation, survival type games.
Yeah, I can see that.
And those are games I don't usually play.
I was going more for like, as a kid, I felt like games, they were announced when they were pretty much done, or they, you know what I mean? I feel like with the whole internet, like the ease of access to like information, I feel like people are just leaking games when they shouldn't be.
It's not only that. It's more of they stopped doing waiting for basically they want their revenue a little bit earlier than when they release the game. So they started announcing games way earlier than when they're supposed to come out because, pre-order sales.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of these companies base they base their projections off of pre-orders. If they don't get enough pre-orders, then they're going to bump up the microtransactions by the time day one comes out. If they do get enough pre-orders, unless you're EA, they might not bump up the microtransactions by the time the game comes out. It's more of
okay. Well, let me counter that with Destiny 2.
Okay.
Destiny 2 had, as far as I understand, a massive pre-order. Like they had massive pre-order numbers.
Yeah, but look at their publisher.
Yet the game still launched with not heavy microtransactions, but BS microtransactions.
Look at their publisher, bro.
Yeah. Well, that was just trying to counter your point, and also like just say like all the microtransaction stuff. That's most 7 times out of 10, it's the publishers, especially if you got a scummy one like Activision or EA or 2K Take-Two. Or is there any other scummy ones? Ubisoft changed their course. Ubisoft made me happy, so I can't say nothing about them.
They did have some egregious stuff on Assassin's Creed Unity though when that first came out.
But that was back in the day.
$100 microtransactions right in the game, bro, for some XP.
Hey,
$100 and
outrageous microtransactions. Krista, are you aware of Dead or Alive 6's microtransactions?
No.
Oh, it's Dead or Alive 5.
Oh, $1,265
in totality if you want to buy everything.
What?
Mm-hmm.
These are ridiculous.
They're
Is
all
$60
cosmetics.
not enough anymore?
$60 has never been enough.
$60 not enough.
Okay, this is an age-old debate.
Didn't games used to cost more though?
No, when I was growing up, a Nintendo 64 game was like $45.
Oh, okay.
$60 is outrageous to me.
I think you know what it is.
They're gonna say cost of development in technology, but games have like the cost of making games has not changed too much from when it did in the past.
But the thing is, one thing I never really understood.
And there's numbers to back that up.
One thing I never understood is like physical. Why is it that physical copies of a game and digital copies are the same price? When physical copies, you have to buy the CD the paper,
case,
all
the
that
artwork.
stuff. Yeah,
Because you're paying for the license on digital.
That's
what
the
the
license
fuck?
doesn't cost $60.
They think it costs $60. I mean, like, let's be honest
That's a
here.
rip. So I think the game costs 45, and then like the physical stuff, the disc, the case, the artwork is another 15.
does Nintendo
That's how
not-
I justify buying.
So should Nintendo not charge $60 for their games too?
Nintendo has a tax on their physical copies because they're still doing cartridges. Now, their digital games, Nintendo always has a discount on digital games, but mostly but their first party shit, no, there's no
sales
there's no like discount on the digital copies, but the difference between
saying-
Nintendo games and everybody else games is that Nintendo games don't need a day one patch to be heat.
Yep.
All right, so what
Nintendo
about
games don't need no
so-
extra work.
So far,
So are
name-
you saying
name a
that-
Nintendo game that came out and had like bad reviews because it was
I'm
broken?
not going for that's not the angle I'm going for. All right.
Okay.
What game should not cost $60? That's a AAA game. That's not Anthem or Fallout 76.
That should not cost $60.
That is a solid game. You would say
Solid
it's a
game,
solid
it should
game
not have been $60.
on release.
A solid game on release that was not worth $60.
Yes.
The Sims 4.
Well, if the game is solid at release, it's worth $60.
But you're saying
Like-
that game should not cost $60 upon
The
release.
Sims. The Sims should be like $5.
What I'm saying is that
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that if I'm paying $60, I want good quality content. I don't know if that wasn't clear when I said it initially. Probably wasn't. But when I pay $60 for a game, I expect a full game. When I pay $60 for Breath of the Wild, I got a full game, and that enticed me to go buy the season pass because I knew I was just getting more shit on top of the shit I already have.
Because
When
it
I
was
played,
a full
when I bought,
game already.
when I bought Super Mario
Fallout.
Odyssey, that was a full ass game. But when I buy shit like Destiny 2, it was a full game, but it was a partially full game, but mostly empty. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse and say Anthem and what's that other one?
Fallout.
Anthem and Fallout. I have no reason to say that.
yikes.
But shit, like there's a lot of games that come out and they're not like Dark Souls 3. That's a $60 game. That's a fully featured, fully fleshed out game. Sekiro, although I never played it, that's $60. Shit
Mhm.
like shit that's like games that have no variety in the gameplay. Like for example, Far Cry 5. I bought that. That game is literally go find this guy, shoot everybody around, go find the next guy, shoot everybody around, blow up a silo, fly an airplane, shoot somebody else, game over. That's not a $60 game.
And
There's no variety in the content. None. But and then you can also say that about Monster Hunter World, but the difference between that and Monster Hunter World is that the gameplay changes solely based on what monster you're fighting and what weapon you decide to use. That's a $60 game.
I'll say Tom Clancy Division 2 is a $60 game with including the DLC that they're gonna be putting forth.
And they're putting that in for free. Like if you're gonna like I don't mind paying $60 for a game. I don't. But
I just think
please give me a full game.
I think it's subjective about what really is worth your money at the end of the day for a lot of people, because people think Fallout 76 was definitely worth $60. I don't know what's wrong with them, but that's what they believe. So I just think that, what is it? You were trying to say that back in the day games cost $45 and now they're $60,
but
and then
okay.
at one point you were saying that there's no way that the games didn't change in how much it costs to produce, so there's no reason why
It didn't. They didn't, but profit motives change over time.
Mm-hmm. Because pretty much
It's
a
not
business is gonna
like
try
I
to
can't.
squeeze as much.
I sound now
profit
that
as
you
possible.
now that you repeat back what I said, my point wasn't clear. My point is that I was paying $45 for fully fleshed out Nintendo 64 games, fully fleshed out. PS1 games, fully. I think PS2 games is when they went up $5. So PS2 that generation, PS2, Xbox, and GameCube, I was paying for fully fleshed out games for $50. Now I'm paying another $10 extra, and I'm not getting full games these days. And I wasn't paying for digital games back then. Like everything was physical back then. I owned my game. And like I just said, digital games shouldn't cost $60, but whatever they're gonna charge me, I'm willing to pay. That's just my opinion, but whatever they charge me, I'm willing to pay so long as the game is complete and it's ready to go at launch. I don't like when I start up a game and I gotta download 16 gigs of bullshit because you didn't put that shit in your game before you launched it. Why is that the case? Why couldn't y'all just sit back for an extra week and be like, you know what? Let me get my shit together real quick. You know what Nintendo's philosophy is? What? We rather delay a game than give you some bullshit. I paraphrase, but that's what he said.
No, I agree what you said, especially with the way that games are like a PC game back then probably was like a few gigs. Now you spending a whole 2 hours, a whole day downloading 50 something gigs of a game that don't even work. Like,
that's crazy.
I just want to say my prediction of why, or my analysis of why. So it's really been a lot of EA games that have been coming out with like piss poor content right afterwards.
The Sims. Mm-hmm.
Is because their whole Origin Access thing that's been going on, bro.
Okay.
They don't really care whether you pay the $60 on release or you're just paying the $15 per month. They're moving into a quote unquote live service game. They're moving into live service games because of Origin Access, and basically, they don't believe that they have to have all the content out there. They feel like they can have like what they call it with the roadmap for Anthem. I mean, if I keep this dude here for what how much 15 30 if I keep that man for 4 months playing this game and he's paying $15 a month, I mean that's the same thing as paying $60 on release. It's just that he's just paying for installments every time he pays per month. And I think that's what EA is doing now is with their games is like, well, and that's what is going to happen with the Jedi Fallen Order, the new game. You know it's going to be a complete game when it comes out. Don't get me wrong, right? But it's going to get people. It's going to get people to pay for the subscription fee, right? Because a lot of them are like, well, I'm not going to pay the $60 for a single player game because, I mean, like the way how single player games have been reacted to from a lot of fans is like, you know, the casual people are, a lot of them are playing multiplayer games because that's the one, you know, that makes companies the most amount of money after the release because of microtransactions and the replayability of the game, right? So basically, Jedi Fallen Order is going to come out, right? People are going to pay the $15 to play the game. Once they finish that game, they're going to look at the rest of EA's lineup and be like, oh, I want to play this too, and then they're gonna play that game. End of their subscription, what they're gonna do? They're gonna pay another $15 to just keep playing the game. It's gonna. That's what I feel. That's why I feel like a lot of the games that they have been putting out have been so lackluster and so empty and devoid of everything. But look though. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Oh, I'm actually gonna ride for EA for a second. While Origin Access, while their games they've been putting out lately have been like really, really lackluster and subpar video games. Let me not understate how much of a value Origin Access and Origin Access Premier is. You don't only get access to EA's shit back catalog, which really isn't shit because some of the games are super old and they've been fixed over time. You know, people who had to suffer through all the fuck ups of the past for you to have a complete game at this point. And I paid $100 for the year. And I got to try Anthem, and that was no skin off my nose because I really didn't buy Origin Access Premier for Anthem. That was a plus. I got it because I wanted to play games like Dragon Age Inquisition, Mass Effect, Dead Space, Banner Saga. Let me see what else. I haven't played the Medal of Honor game since I had a PSP, and I was in high school or middle school. You know, like the back catalog is full of fixed and perfectly working games. You'll get your money's worth. That's good. It's just the new releases are gonna be garbage.
I know that's good and all, but it is just enabling them to put out just trash releases with no content. That's what I'm saying. Is that it's a good and a bad. Like it's great for the value, but it's enabling them to just keep doing this egregious shit.
The people who are suffering are the people who are paying them $60 for every single game, i.e. people who are on console. Console guys are getting the fucking shaft right now because they pay. Imagine, look at it like this. I'm a PC player. I paid for Origin Access Premier. I paid $100 for a year of it. I got to play Battlefield 5 and I got to play Anthem. That's already $120 a game right there. So I'm good. I'm cool. I got my money's worth, right? But there's people out there who don't have that kind of access, no pun intended, and they're stuck dealing with shit like Battlefield 5 and Anthem, and they had to pay a full ass 60, and you could understand why those people are mad, and I'm not.
See,
I only paid 100, and I got my money's worth already. I had fun with Anthem.
That's
I
cool,
had fun with Battlefield 5. It's not right. It's not right for console players. Is my point. They're getting the shaft. I don't think PC players are really getting the shaft here.
They're not, but I'm just saying that it shouldn't enable companies to just start shitting the bed with their games. That's all I'm saying.
I'm on board. I'm on board with that. I'm with you.
What were you saying, Trigger?
I was gonna say, this goes back to saying, like, is $60 really worth? Like, is $60 the actual price of the game? If you can have Origin access be $100 or $15 a month, and you get access to a bunch of games and new games, mind you, that cost $60 for other people who don't have Origin access. Because to me, that doesn't make sense if everyone else is paying $60 just for.
That's the game. That's the game, Trigger. That's the game. They find a way to make the most profits. The thing is that I don't want to sound like a dick, but it as history shows, PC players are a little bit smarter with their money. We get user reviews. We don't have to depend on IGN fucking lying to us and telling us games are great when they're not. You know, we can just go on Steam, look that shit up real quick, and if it's not heat, it's not heat. That's just it. Or we can go watch Twitch and make that decision for ourselves, just like the console guys do. But like, I just think that console guys are a little faster to pre-order, and I'm not trying to slander them because we're all gamers, and I'm not trying to, like, you know, be all PC Master racy, but
I mean, that's the market, though. That's the market.
That's the game. That's the game they're doing. They can't play them. They can't play them fuck ass games with us PC dudes because Steam gives us refunds. Those PC guys don't. Those console guys, especially if they buy their games at like GameStop, they can't go back and get a refund once they crack that plastic. They're fucked. And it's even worse if they buy it digital because they're not giving refunds on digital. That fucking sucks. That happened to me. That happened to me on my Switch. I bought a game called Omen Sight. And this game looked amazing. I read the Metacritic and it said it was good. The Steam review said it was good, but I didn't look at any Switch reviews. I downloaded the game and it's running at 15 frames per second and it completely like froze my Switch. I had to beg Nintendo to give me my money back, and I used my one lifetime refund. One.
Wow.
You get one.
That's wild.
So like, yeah, it sucks to be a console player, and I'd urge everybody who has the money to go build a PC because you'll stop getting fucked by these game companies, in my opinion. There's too many values on PC for me to be paying $60 for full games. I pay $12 a month, and I'm getting Assassin's Creed Origins next month. Next week, I'm getting Assassin's Creed Origins. I pay $12.
Or just buy an Xbox and just get Xbox Game Pass.
Xbox Game Pass. Yeah. There's ways around it, man. It just sucks that the game is how can we finesse these people out of their money while giving them the least for their money. It's like they think you're just a cow and they're just gonna milk you, and it sucks, man. It sucks. But I urge everybody either to build a PC or just be a little smarter with your money.
But I feel like this is all due in part to the ease of, or the popularity in gaming, like just casual gamers who really don't care. Like honestly, talking to people who, like, you know, my roommates who is not like, and his friends that are not like into like gaming like that, they pretty much would just like, oh, you know, this game is popular. I heard a lot of shit about it. I might just go buy it. You know what I mean? They don't try to inform themselves beforehand or anything. So like, when they get screwed, they just pretty much shut up and just take that L. Like they don't. I don't know. It's we as a gaming community, I feel like we're in a weird stage.
No, I feel like the gaming community is like the easiest to finesse. Let's be honest here, bruh. Call of Duty been cooking for how long, bruh? For how long Call of Duty has been cooking for? And it keeps getting worse and worse each time they come out with a game. Like Black Ops 4 was the first up, and then they introduced a patch where the microtransactions that came into the game were the worst things that could ever happen in AAA gaming. until Mortal Kombat 11 comes out now with its own version of its microtransactions. We just keep buying into all this. Like, we're gonna keep doing it.
But you know what I want to say about Mortal Kombat? I'm gonna shoot them some bail. While they got some BS microtransactions, it's a complete game.
So is Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 is a complete game.
I didn't say Black Ops 4 wasn't complete. I love Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 is the newest one. Oh, I love Black Ops 3. I didn't play Black Ops 4. But from what I saw, Black Ops 4 looked like a good-ass game. I just wasn't going to pay $60 for it. And that was my choice. But Black Ops 4 looked like a good-ass game from what I saw. And I haven't heard anything bad about it besides the microtransactions. But with full games, the cool thing about getting a full game and then there's egregious microtransactions is that unless you're principled and you don't, you're not going to let them play with you, you can just ignore them.
It's just the fact that they would do it though. That's the problem.
That's the shit part.
That's the problem is that we keep letting people do.
Or are they like
it's all cosmetic?
gameplay?
Though I mean, gameplay. You could say it's gameplay because they're selling like red dots, like types of red dots and stuff like that, which could actually be better if it's the red dot that you want. But other than that, it's like I understand it's cosmetics, but you really gonna charge me like it's so I hate
it's scummy man,
so,
like there,
so
and it's such a nuanced conversation, man. It's trash. Like I don't know, man. I'm just me. I don't want to like drive myself crazy about it. I'm just smart. I just be a little smart with my money. I mean, I bought Mortal Kombat today for my wife because she wanted it, and from what I saw, it just looked like a Mortal Kombat game to me. Sha doesn't care about the cosmetics, so I knew the microtransactions weren't gonna bother her, and I could sleep fine at night knowing that she's in the living room just enjoying herself playing the game, and she has a full game in front of her. Now, had they only released the game and you only got Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and they were selling the game for $60, but you gotta pay for each extra characters in a combat pack, now we have a fucking problem.
Yep.
So it's tough, man. It's tough.
All right, let's switch up the topic. I feel like we've been talking.
So it's a good conversation.
Well, Trigger, you want to switch up the conversation? Say so.
What you got?
What I got?
Trigger getting kicked from the podcast.
Wow.
You can't pod no more. Don't pod around me, buddy.
This man, where's Super when you need him? At least Super can come up with another topic. This man Trigger just like, let's switch topics and don't got another topic on deck. That's crazy, bro. What kind of segue is this, Trigger?
Hey, I'm not the segue king. Who do you think I am?
All right.
I make the jokes around here.
I have a question.
What's
You
the
see,
question?
now that we're living in like such a big digital age where everything we buy is, kind of digital, like digital movies, digital music, all that stuff. What happens if like, shit just gets
what is it? I was watching this video and this guy was talking about how games now are harder to preserve than games back then because of things like servers and stuff like that. So, take for instance, i.e. me, Gigantic and Paragon, bro. Two games that I love to play, but they kept shit in the bed with their updates and anyways. Guess what? They shut down servers. Nobody else is allowed to play the game no more, bro.
What?
Say that one more time, sir.
Did you pay for it?
I paid for Paragon. I didn't pay for Gigantic, but I paid $20 for early access.
Didn't they give y'all the refunds on that though?
I tried to get my refund. They said I couldn't get it back because
why is that?
It was something with the debit card, but at the same, it's whatever, bro.
Give me my money back.
Yo.
It was $20.
Send me a rush card.
At that time, I was making a lot of money anyway, so it was just like whatever. But still, it's a headache and a hassle, bro. The other games, what is it? Try loading up Modern Warfare 2 on your PlayStation 3 and try not getting into a hack lobby. Good luck, buddy.
You need to go straight up to the air and fall.
You see, that's what worries me. Like, what if one day, like, Steam just shuts down?
Not happening.
And, like, I know, it's not gonna happen, but, like, it's a what-if question. Okay.
Well, at least... Wait, hold on. This is about to be a shot at Epic real quick. At least if Steam goes down, bro, I can still play my games offline, bro. Fuck them niggas at
that's
Epic,
good.
bro.
Wait, you can't play Epic Games on...
You can't play Metro Exodus without having a online connection. It's a single player game.
What?
You can't play a lot of games without online access.
What if you one summer I had to go without Wi-Fi, and the thing that saved me was my Steam library. All my
They don't give a
fuck. Yo, that's crazy.
Fam, when I moved into my new house, bro, all I had was The Witcher 3 on my PC, bro. That kept me alive, bro.
Is it to prevent like people from like sharing the game or something like that?
No.
Then what the fuck? Who the fuck's idea was that?
It's basically
What, are they stupid? But like, what
it's
are they
basically
doing?
like the whole Xbox One debacle where you always had to be online. You had to have the connect.
If enough people get outraged about it, like uproar, I'm pretty sure they're gonna take that bullshit out. They're not gonna do it.
And I'm hearing that if you buy your game off of a third-party site, because what is it? They're allowing Borderlands 3 to be sold on Green Man Gaming and other third-party sites. There might be an activation fee. We don't know about it yet.
Nigga, what? So you mean to tell me I'm buying a game from a different place, and then for me to use that code, I have to pay what? Oh,
but to be fair, whose fault is it really? Is it Epic's fault or is it Borderlands, like their company's fault for like agreeing to that? Because
it's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
That's 2K's fault.
It's 2K's fault, and
that's what I'm talking about.
But it's like, 2K and Epic Games' fault, though. It's Epic Games' fault because they're the one that came up with all these ideas for their game.
Yeah, but 2K, why the fuck would they agree to that? Like that's
because
not
money.
Keeping, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's not keeping your player base in mind, and like why would you want to support that? I don't know.
Okay,
like
Krystal, listen. Publishers don't care about the player base, bro. They only care if you pay $60 or not.
The publishers don't care.
They really.
That's what you're missing. They don't care. They just made their money back off of that Epic exclusive deal for whatever they just made the money back off of whatever they spent on development. So whatever Epic Games does with their game, they don't care. Epic Games already paid them. They're good.
That is big wild.
It's not big wild. That's business.
Big wild. Big wild business.
It's wild, big wild West. For us because as a consumer, it feels like no one is.
Like who's on my side?
It feels like the game industry just with the worst out of it because first of all, EA gets voted as in like the top 10 worst U.S. companies every year, bro. Every year EA has been in the top worst companies of the gaming is probably one of the worst businesses out there in this day and age, bro. And it's sad that it's that way, bro. But let's look at it, bro. Music business is pretty trash. Don't get me wrong, but at least I'm not paying $60 for a goddamn album.
Yo, imagine if you paid $60 for an
album. I got Spotify.
Fam,
at least, but listen. At least when you do pay money for an album from an artist that you really love, they'll never let you down. Unless the artist really does let you down at that point in time. But shout out to Eminem. But listen.
Ooh, child.
Like, I can guarantee if I spent $20 on a Kendrick Lamar album, whatever his next album is, I don't care. It's probably going to be good. But if I spent $60 on the next, what is it? What am I?
Logic?
Stop it. Every album that I bought from Logic I like. That's every album I bought. I only bought 2 albums from them. The rest of them are streamed.
Two out of 30, you know.
2 out of 30. Hello.
Just busting your chops, big guy. Don't put on your Logic cap. I'm just joking.
Don't put your Logic.
No, I'll put my cape on.
I'm joking.
I always cape for Logic, but that's only because I love them.
Relax, me.
Anyways, but I'm just saying, like, the consumer is not the ones being screwed a lot of the time in every other business. Like the music, in terms of content creativity, that's what I'm saying. Not anything else, because there's a lot of things that screwed people over. Games, right? Consumers are usually getting screwed over the most in gaming. Music, consumers don't really get screwed over. It's the artists that get screwed over, which is sad. It sucks, but at least, you know, not everybody's getting killed. In gaming, even the creators are getting fucked on too, bruh. With what's happening, what happened at BioWare and everything. Like, it's insane, bruh. It's actually insane.
No one's safe in these streets. Like it's crazy.
And that's just we just really need to be a little more wise with our money. I stopped pre-ordering games after I didn't get screwed by Destiny 2. I got it with my graphics card, but the last game I pre-ordered and it thoroughly disappointed me was The Division 1. And I didn't pre-order anything since.
I never pre-ordered a game in my life.
I don't think I pre-ordered games, yeah. I wait till that shit come out.
That's the only reason I never pre-ordered was because I was broke, but... What are you saying, Trigger?
I was gonna say I think the first and last game I ever pre-ordered was Battlefield 4.
That was a good game.
That
Not on launch though. Something wrong was on launch. I forget what happened, but something was very terribly wrong at launch.
I don't think it was that bad though. Like I remember it was.
It was one of the bigger stories of the year.
Yeah, but I guess compared. The thing is, compared to what's been happening now, I don't think it was that bad.
No. But in hindsight, yeah.
Yeah. At the time, yeah.
I don't know, man. What can you do?
What else has been happening? I don't know. I feel like this past few weeks has been just like pretty slow.
It's been mad chill. Nothing really been happening in gaming. I mean, we could talk about Homeboy that was like, oh, girls don't look the same.
I mean, so do guys.
Yeah, this e-boy culture is disgusting.
Niggas don't go outside.
Why
are we listening? Wait.
$100 tips on these girls on Twitch talking
exactly.
about,
wait.
You're my queen.
I understand because this might be a terrible argument. Like, oh, don't listen to them. But they are vocal. But listen. Why are we listening to niggas that don't go outside, bro? Like, that's literally what it is. They don't go outside, so they don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, literally, they're like, oh, well, she's trapping you. Like, no, you dumbass bitch. Actually go outside and look at people.
I gave her money because I wanted to, not because I expected her to have sex with me or something at TwitchCon. That's not why I did that.
What? Okay, can we talk about how...
No, I'm just talking about like on the e-boys, like, you know, most there's been horror stories of women who receive these huge tips on Twitch, and then they'll go to the con, whatever con it is, be it PAX, Dragon Con, whatever the fuck, head out there, put their cosplay on, get out there, go have a good time, and the same dude that donated them that money talking about, can we go on a date? And then when she say no, now she a bitch, right?
I know, it's ridiculous.
Because you think because you tipped her $1,000, she owe you something?
To be fair,
that's the e-boy culture.
To be fair,
that's nasty.
He thought he was out on the street.
He thought
usually
he was out
when you pay
on
women
the
on the street,
how you know about the street? He gonna be outside. Explain.
Please.
True.
His father. That's what his father taught him.
Whoa. But like honestly, I feel like
it really scares me, to be honest.
Like an entitlement thing.
And niggas have always felt entitled. What do you mean?
Very true, sir.
Yeah,
Very
true.
Nothing's changed except we have internet now. Literally nothing has changed.
And I feel like it got worse because of it. Like,
oh yeah, of course, everything got worse.
It's greater access.
Yeah, just look at Twitter.
No. Cause like I don't know like how many times it's happened to you, but like people treat Twitch as like fucking Tinder or some shit.
Oh, you know what? You want to hear something?
Get busy, Krista. Get busy.
That is the most annoying thing. When these guys try to bring their community or whoever the hell be coming in with them in chat trying to hype them up.
Why don't you just swipe
like,
left?
Yo, it's so fucking annoying. I'm like, oh wow, you really that pussy that you can't even slide into my DM so I can reject you privately? You wanted to do it publicly? I mean, I'm okay with that.
Get your shit
But it's so annoying because it disrupts my chat. It disrupts what I have going on because you and your boys are being ridiculous, and it's annoying. And like, if you do that shit, like, I hate you. Like, I don't like you. It will never give you a chance. Okay, just because you're trying to flex with your view, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but his
and
viewers
then
aren't
they
like
be
my
mad
viewers.
toxic too. Like, it's one thing to like be like, oh yeah, go show her support. Like, I'm gonna be in there. Like, you know, that's one thing. But coming up in here trying to have them be your wingman, like, no. First off, I don't even know you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Why would I?
Yo, Gabby, get the ledge
Why
ready.
would anyone?
Huh?
Anyway.
Get the ledge ready.
Oh God. All right, hold on.
The ledge ready.
Oh my God. Here we go.
I don't understand that joke.
Hold on, bro. This man about to get on the ledge.
like...
Let me know when you're ready, bro.
I'm ready. I'm ready with my ledge.
Let me make sure I got the command good. Am I yelling too loud, Jessica?
All right. Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me turn up the volume real quick. So, I'm just saying, if I had 1 million people.
Oh my God.
Talk your shit.
If I had 1 million people follow me, of course I'm about to flex on y'all real quick on these broke niggas. Like, hey, look how many people I got following me. Come fuck with a young kid.
Yeah, you really out on the ledge right now, big guy. I'm not gonna hold you, G.
Ah, Yaxie.
No, in all seriousness though, it's pretty nasty to bring your community to try and ship people. But I mean, like,
I'm not gonna, I don't know the dude's name, but like, I don't remember Krista, that dude that sung for you or whatever.
Oh yeah, but see, that was different, right? Like, it wasn't his.
No, he was trying to sing your pants off for sure. What you mean?
Huh? What are you saying, Trigger?
I was gonna say, like, people do that, but like with the intentions of just like following at you.
Like, it's nothing. There was this one time this guy came into my chat, like doing the same shit, and then I go into his stream and he's like fucking thrusting in the air talking about.
Excuse me, my nigga.
Yeah.
That's a sicko if I've seen him.
And I'm just like, this is like disgusting, and I hate it because it's like I'm over here just trying to play my games, dying over here insecure, how to live my life, and dumbass boys be coming up in here thinking they got a chance.
Fam, every time I play Overwatch and a woman speaks, I swear the next there's always a dude trying to be like. Why is there always a dude trying to help her like she need help? Nigga, we're all platinum, dog. Fuck out of here.
See, what you supposed to do, Reinhardt, is you go in, right, and you swing your hammer.
Bro, this nigga was trying to tell her, yo, there's a Bastion on the left. Nigga, she just died to the Bastion on the left. I'm pretty sure she knows that now. Oh, man. Dudes be just trying to talk to girls just to get a chance to hear their voice, bro.
You know what?
Like,
hold on.
damn,
Let me get on the. Let me get on the ledge, man. Let me get on the ledge.
Hey, let's get it, ledge gang.
Ledge talk.
Real quick.
Ledge talk.
Sometimes people who aren't that social and they don't know how to approach people, especially on the internet. They just think you can talk to people any kind of way. I feel for those guys, man. Like, it's not acceptable, but I really feel bad for them guys, man. Like, sometimes I take pity on them. Like, some dude came in my chat one time and called me an ER, bro. All I did was say, all right, man. Like, I just felt bad for him, dog. And I just felt bad, dog. All right, man, I'll be that for you today.
I'll be that for you.
You banned, but I'll be that for you, dog. I'm sorry.
No, people do like try to go out on the like and about hate and shit because they're depressed or that's they what's it called?
Feeling bad
projecting.
For these clowns, man.
Projecting.
Honestly, all they are clowns.
For you today.
Man, probably had a doo-doo day, man. Damn, I just had to step out on the ledge for a second, man.
That wasn't so much of a ledge as like.
Nah, that was a ledge.
Young's, but
Yeah.
Young was wilding, but not gonna talk about that.
I be feeling bad for them clowns, man. It's like, dog. All right, man. You if that's gonna make your cereal taste better, dog, get your shit off, man.
Niggas been weird. I've been weird too, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think we've all had a weird moment.
Nah, I was never that weird.
Okay, yeah. I'm talking to the men. Okay?
Yeah, women have
this is why I don't want women on this podcast. Y'all keep you're tearing down our safe place.
Definitely on the ledge by yourself, buddy.
That's your own ledge.
You are on the ledge.
I'm tired of these women invading my personal space of gaming. Get out.
Sip the juice.
Man, gaming was so much better when women weren't playing.
Oh my god.
You are on the ledge. Yes. This podcast canceled. This is the last one we ever gonna do, man. I hope everybody. We had a nice run,
I
man.
had a good time. We were here for a good time, not a long time anyway.
Not a long time.
Oh my god.
I got a question about women in esports. This don't sound crazy.
Do I need to get the ledge ready?
I don't think this is a ledge because I feel like a lot of people are like, fam, is it really? Would it really be a publicity stunt if you signed a woman to your esports team though? Like,
No,
It wouldn't be okay. It
I don't
could be a
understand why
stunt
that's an
and also-
excuse for not signing women.
It's because the people who cry about that kind of stuff are the same mediocre people who are mad because they didn't make the team.
Yeah, it's because of just gaming. The gaming community is just so fucking gross. It's so gross.
It's been male dominated for a minute.
It's just so. It's so tragic. So like when stuff like that happens, yeah, it's a big deal because you have your incels who fucking are like, what?
Well, that's not very nice. We might have incels watching this podcast.
These women really be ruining
as
gaming,
long as
bro.
they know
We
it.
can't even sip the juice anymore.
Wait,
What kind of world do I don't want to live in a world where I can't sip the juice?
my next
guys
thing is
remember-
I don't know any women professional esports. God, I had a brain fire. I don't know any women professional esports players. I know there's like a women's league for CS:GO, but then I view women's league like the WNBA, and that's
Yeah,
a
that's
ledge.
how-
you on the ledge
that is a
again,
ledge
bro.
right
But like,
Ledge.
but
Shit.
to be honest, that's like how it is. You know, that's how.
I know it
that's how
sucks.
it's
I
seen.
wish you could
And
just
it's
just.
tra-
But you know what?
Do you guys
merge
remember
them.
the scandal? What happened with the Overwatch League and that one guy who pretended to be a girl on the Overwatch team?
No,
Do you
that was
remember that?
really Ellie. I was about to holler at her real quick. Yo, carry me real quick, queen.
Oh my god.
It's like-
Carrie, you want some other
It's
shit
just
this pod, man.
crazy, and it's always gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for women to break into that scene of gaming. It just is. You know.
My other
I mean,
thing is
same
don't
thing
look
with
like a but don't look
sports.
like a joke though. Like what is it? This is play the ledge, bro.
Oh my
Wait,
Been
wait.
god.
on the ledge
All
like
right.
4 times, dog.
All right,
Bro,
all
you
right.
gonna stay on the edge.
This is a
nigga.
real ledge right here. Okay, there was this Smite esports team, quote unquote, because it was homemade. They were trying to get into the Smite minor league. Fam, one of them only played arena, and the main game is conquest. Fam, they were bronze. Okay, now listen, hear me out. Okay, if you're really nice, go ahead, bruh. But if you bronze and you talk about you about to start an esports team and you want to be led in the league, you're not getting it. No matter who you
Right
are.
as he said no the ledge, you said you just jumped right off that motherfucker.
Listen,
I mean, yeah, I
does
think
does it
everyone
cost to
should be
have-
aware of their. I'm not saying
Skill
like
level.
women should be on.
Oh, no, I'm not
on
saying
teams
that
just
too.
'cause
I'm just
to be on
saying from
teams.
what I've
Like,
seen,
they better
bruh,
be good.
Like, fam, it's not as easy as yo, is that a woman? Yeah, just sign her, bro. I don't know what.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
my
I
big
don't.
problem with women in gaming is that no girl can play any game that's, and I'm doing air quotes here, for men, like shooters and shit like that, things that require skill, because apparently women are only good for honey pop. And
Oh my God.
it sucks
men are only
when you
good at
actually
Honey
find
Pop.
somebody
I
who's
have never
skilled. Like
seen a woman be honey pop except for China. Shout out
you
to
find a woman who's really good at a video game, like a China who's really good at Brawlhalla. You'll just get these clowns that come in like, oh, girls can't play video games.
Yeah.
A guy's playing that for you. Why is that the assumption?
Nah, okay.
She got hands just like you,
Nah.
and she'll throw them bitches in real life.
I'll challenge anybody in any game except for fighting games, bro. Especially if you're a girl, bro. I'd be too scared. It's like, oh no, she got hands for real, dog.
I don't get why that's the assumption though. Like when you see a girl excelling at something, there has to be a guy involved. That's just
Nah, I just
Yeah,
not
no.
it.
It's
She-
that
I don't think
toxic
there's a guy
masculinity.
involved. I think
It's
like
that
they're
toxic
definitely gonna whoop my ass if I ever
masculinity.
try to play them.
And yeah, that's that too. Like they're fucking insecure about their trash ass skills.
and they meet little. 9 times out of
little.
10 times out of 12.
And they want her to fap it, but they know it ain't
She don't got
happen.
she don't got a magnifying glass and tweezers that small. And that's just facts, buddy. That's facts, no printer. Little winner is shrink in the winter.
Women who are good at fighting games definitely be big spoon energy, dog. I need that in my life.
Big spoon.
You trying to be Lil Spoon?
I'm trying to be Lil Spoon, dog.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming to the Joocy Podcast this week. We got games of the week.
Why can't I be Lil Spoon?
We got games of the week, dog.
Why can't I be Lil Spoon?
I do.
Hey man, you BBT, bro. You can't be Lil Spoon when you a BBT. You know
Big
BBT
black
is?
terrorists.
Big black and thick.
Oh my.
No.
Games of the week.
I have a game of the
I'm
week.
not ready.
Are you
What
ready?
you got? You not?
Are there? Does anybody like? I really want this like I really want to see women in esports, and I need people to show
I mean,
me
I do too.
the women that are really good at these games, bruh. That are like playing professional level. Like I want to see.
Sniper
them.
Wolf was heat at Call of Duty for a long time, and they wouldn't let her in.
I don't want to watch Call of Duty.
I'm saying though, like
yeah.
women
If someone
women
could
frequently get
breed.
barred.
I'm saying for me,
It's
I
like
wanna
we
see
don't
it.
get taken seriously, you know? Like
No.
women don't get taken seriously. The people who are like ahead of the teams and stuff don't take women seriously. Like Chica was the first TSM, like I guess
Woman.
professional woman to be on the team, and like that's crazy. You know, like it's 2019. Like it's not like we're fucking back in the 1800s, you know, where so housewives and shit. You know, it's like
Also,
things
I feel
change.
Like, I feel like the
But then again, not only just women in esports, but like, where's our people of color in esports? I mean,
Man,
there's
a whole
they're
nother
all
can of
playing
worms,
fighting
baby.
games.
I'm
not
seeing
opening
only
that.
two
They
flavors.
are. They are all playing
And-
fighting games.
Yep, and kicking ass. Shout out to Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox, gay and black. That's insane.
King.
That's a triple threat because he a furry too.
A king.
Yeah, furry.
Wait, he's a furry?
Yeah, he's a
Yep.
furry. That's the
That's
only reason why
a
I don't
triple
follow
threat.
him.
And he
Just 'cause
beat
I
your
just
ass
can't
in
do
video
that.
Guy.
games.
That's my guy.
You better wish he not in your bracket, dog.
If he in your bracket, just consider your bracket quiet, bro.
Get as far
Mortal
as
Kombat
you can.
Evo for Mortal Kombat 11. Everybody stay home.
Get out the bracket, dog. Don't.
Everybody stay home.
Saw that man playing Aaron Black for like 2 hours straight, just whooping on his friend for no reason.
You
bro.
saw that man Sonic Fox deport Goichi and Kazunoko, bro. Come on, man. Just leave that man
Deport.
alone, dog. Leave that man alone,
was
bro. When it
ice.
comes to fighting games, leave that man alone, dog. This nigga played Tekken for 2 weeks and won a fucking tournament.
Huh?
He played Tekken for 2 weeks straight, learned all the mechanics, went and won a tournament.
He's
Nah.
a god.
I don't want that action in my life.
Oh man,
This man is a Super Saiyan.
I'm
Like,
too
this-
washed. I'm too washed for esports,
I'll just
bro.
stick to Smash Brothers, dog. That's be the only fighting game I play.
Bro, people think they nice at video games because they be in plat and then plat.
Shit.
Let me tell you
I thought I
something,
was-
dog. Plat is not the peak. It's not close.
I thought I was nice, and I played bronze for 2 seasons straight, boy. You are, man. I'm hurt. I don't even play Overwatch no more. I thought I was
Man,
nice. My
man.
friends used to tell me, "Hey, man, Gabby, you kind of good at this game." I was like, "Boy, I'm finna jump in the comp, nigga." Bronze.
Ouch.
Said, "All right, man. I guess I'm not that good." Guess I'm not that good.
No, but you good at game. You're
Nah.
better than you have the IQ. You just
Let me tell you something, baby. I'm bronze.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's a team game that like, if your team is doo doo, no matter what you are, you're gonna be doo.
Or if you have a Torbjorn.
Yo, honestly, Torbjorn is forever gonna be disrespected. It don't
This,
matter what.
this man was playing today. This man typed in chat, "Yo, are we gonna switch up the comps?" Everyone swapped a hero except for this man. Stayed on Torbjorn. Oh,
I bet you got a capital L, huh?
oh man.
And it's funny because like, all right, this is gonna be the last thing I say about Torbjorn, but like every
It's also
time,
the first thing you said.
I don't know, every time there's a Torbjorn, they don't know how to play the character.
They just think it's set up turrets and sit there with their hammer and babysit it.
Bro, legit. I remember I was
They be
playing
playing
with China.
TF2 in Overwatch, bro.
We told this man. We said, "Yo, hey, like Torbjorn's not working. Like, can you switch?" Dude said, "Yeah, yeah, sure, sure."
Switch to Pharah.
No, he didn't change, and we ended up losing. He stayed on the character till we lose, and when we were talking to him, like when we were switching sides, we were like, "Yo, why didn't you switch?" Guess what this nigga said? I kept on getting my alt. I don't give a shit about your alt. Switch the character. Like, I,
Switch the character.
I don't understand people.
Overwatch is sick, man. All right, let's do games of the week. I gotta get going.
All right.
So we can start with our guest Krista. She's been very eager to talk about her game. Go ahead.
My game. So I just started playing Forager, which is you can suck my Forager, which is a new indie game out by Humble Bundle and some guy named Hopfrog, and it's really fun. I don't know, I really enjoy it. I do see, however, the downside of the game eventually coming soon because I feel like, who did I tell it to? I think I told it to you, Trigga. I don't know.
Yeah.
The game gets it's very fast paced, so you're, leveling up and getting everything quickly, but the downside to that is you get towards, I guess, end game where eventually there's nothing else you can do, and I don't think there's a replayability to this game. But yeah, I love it. It's fun. $20, maybe not. Maybe you should wait till it's on sale. But yeah.
To be honest with you, I have no games. All right. I really, really, really need to play Mad Max. I still haven't played it, but I just can't find the time to bring myself to play the game. And on top of it, I'm like, do I want to stream it or do I want to enjoy it? So I have to come up with that decision. But this week is a pretty light week for me, so I don't know, who knows? I might just stream it.
Are you okay? I triggered Happy Inc. on Twitch. Y'all go look that up.
Nah, don't do it.
All right, buddy. All right, games I've been playing. Doom and Dragon Age Inquisition still. I've gotten way farther in Dragon Age Inquisition. I kind of have a handle of what I'm doing. That game is heat with a controller. Oh my god, it changed my whole perspective when I stopped playing mouse and keyboard. Let me tell you something. And Doom, I just got to hell. There's a lot going on.
Having fun?
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. That's all I will say. I don't know anymore, bro. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. But goddamn, there's a lot going on, dog. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah. Those two games, I know I'm late probably for most of y'all, but Jesus Christ, those games are amazing. All right, Gabby, give us your long speech.
Man, let me tell you something about Katana Zero. Katana Zero. It's an indie game. Hold on, let me pull up your Steam page. The game's available on Nintendo Switch, Steam, and I'm not sure about Xbox and PS4 because I don't really turn those consoles on. But bruh, Katana Zero is gotta be. I told Young this yesterday. Katana Zero is my game of the year already. That game is so goddamn fun. Okay, so the game's developed by ASCII Soft and published by Devolver Digital. So I already said Devolver. You already know the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? The game is about it's it's crazy. Okay, let me read the description because I can't describe the game. You just have to play it. Kind of like Crazy Story. All right, Katana Zero is a stylish neo-noir action platformer featuring breakneck action and instant death combat. Slash dash and manipulate time to unravel your past in a beautifully brutal acrobatic display. Now, to break that down and not have it in marketing speech, the game is literally has one-shot mechanics. So you're a samurai. You're a samurai who just came back from this war. You got your blade and you're a contract killer. And I don't want to spoil too much. You know, you meet with your therapist. You're going to start off the game. I'll tell you the first level. So you start off the game. You're learning the mechanics of the game. This game has a slow motion mechanic, and you'll figure out why when you play why you have a slow motion mechanic. And the game is just, man, that's probably like I said Breath of the Wild is my game of the year for 2 years straight. That Katana's I cannot find. I don't think I'm gonna find another game that's gonna scratch that itch like Katana Zero did. I went back and 100% of the game. What's the other? The only other game I 100%ed was Marvel's Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2018. And I'm waiting for DLC. I'm actually considering doing a fresh playthrough on my stream. The game is fairly short. I was thinking about doing a fresh playthrough. No, not fresh. I'm gonna actually I might do a fresh. It'd be a fresh. Or I'm just gonna use I'm gonna use my unlockable swords because you unlock more swords as you go. But like the game, it's man, it's such a good game, man. Katana Zero out on PC via Steam and Nintendo Switch. It runs for $14.99 and it's actually worth. I think this game is worth $25. It's about I started it. I bought the game last Thursday. I finished it on Saturday. And man, it was just a really dope experience. And for indie, like obviously indie games like to focus on story and action. The game has a fantastic story. The action is amazing. All your decisions actually affect the game. Like the shit you do actually affects the game going forward. For example, I was there's a part of the game where you're walking and there's a homeless guy on the street. If you like try to rush through the dialogue like I learned, you can fuck it up and kill him. Or you can listen to what he has to say, answer him kindly, or no, you can answer him and then like, you just ignore him and walk away. Like, and then like they'll bring that up later on in the game. Like they brought it up later on. Like, and there's another part where like there's a mission. I had to go to this hotel and I had to sweet talk a receptionist to get through in the hotel. When on my first playthrough, I sweet talked her, and later on in the game I ran into her again and she asked me out on a date. The second time, she tried to get me killed when I left the thing because I was an asshole to her, and she called the cops on me and tried to get me killed. You get what I'm saying? Cause it's that kind of game. So Katana Zero, man. Katana Zero. Get it. Devolver, you did your fucking thing. You probably never hear this podcast, but on the off chance you do, I fucking love your game. And I am excited for DLC. Whatever ASCII Stop got coming, I want it. I want it. And I'm gonna stream it. I love that game so much I'm gonna play it again on stream.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Krista, for being
thank
available
you for being
on
my podcast, guys. I appreciate you joining me today.
Krista is definitely never coming back to the show.
Never coming back. You will never be Joocy again.
Wow.
Actually, kick her out the Discord,
not even Joocy.
Nah, kick her out the
She
Discord,
juice,
bro.
She tried to take the whole bottle of juice. Like, come on, man.
What?
Krista drink the juice straight from the bottle? That's crazy.
Nah, come
You
on.
give them an inch, they
You
take
don't
a
know?
mile. That's
Goddamn
crazy.
e-girls, man. Don't got no damn
Listen.
decency.
Fam, this is what is wrong with women today. They keep intruding on
man.
everything we love, man.
Keep your hands off my video games,
Jesus
you dastardly
Christ.
women.
Yo, Twitter, attack them, not me.
Somebody
Damn.
go cut that.
Yo,
Nigga
Gabby.
can't even pod.
Yo, Gabby. I'm gonna get masters before you do.
Like a master's degree in college? That's fine.
No, I said Overwatch.
No, all you do is play quick play or arcade.
Krista.
Get the fuck out of here,
Krista.
buddy.
Krista, if you hit
So
masters before I do, I will buy you every PC game you want for a year.
Really?
You hit masters before I do.
So,
But
you're
you
not
have-
gonna
about to
masters.
play
You have
solo
until the
comp,
end of this year to do it.
but don't want to play comp with me. I see it. That's cool.
You have,
Trigger,
you have
you're
until
in
the end of
gold.
this year to
Nobody
do
wants
it.
to play with you.
So by the time January 1st, 2020 come, if that's not the case, I'm not. You have nothing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna roast you every opportunity I get for all of 2020. It's not gonna be none nice.
Oh,
Okay.
It's gonna be murder on the beat.
So it's not nice.
Yay.
I got murder on my mouth.
That nigga, Jesus
He
Christ.
really
got
had
life.
murder
He got
on his
life.
mind.
He got a
Alright,
life sentence
I
on his
wanna take
mind.
a nap.
Nah, he about to not have a life.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, I'm finna go swim. Hey, you're not still recording, are you?
No, I am.
Oh.
Oh,
shit. Damn, you got all that? Damn, now they finna cut my shit and I'm finna turn into a goddamn what is it? I'm gonna be an incel with a wife and a kid. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh,
goddamn
that's
hoteps all over the internet, bro. Shout out to the.
Fuck,
You know
bro.
what? I'm not gonna say that.
Yo,
That's
so-
it. Goodbye.